Greetings. Thanks for joining us. All right, background's a little bit different. Hopefully the echo is a little bit better. Maybe get a background image soon. I'm going to try a tapestry. We'll see how things go with that. I might have it by tomorrow. We'll see. So this is only temporary. Just it's a little bit. The cats are just sleeping, so they've been kind of quiet all day. So this is fifth dimension. We'll see where that goes. 9/11, Albert Einstein and Lemurian magicians. We might go backwards on this one a little bit. Of course, 9/11 is a cult. I don't think it's a symbol. I guess it is a cult to energy. And we're going through a ceremony currently, like today. So, it's just occultism all around it. Things are quiet. Notice how the script of reality is the thing to keep things quiet overall. How convenient. And it feels like the rest of the month is going to be quiet also. There might be some things here and there, but I'm not feeling anything significant. This whole vaccine mandate thing, feels like they're going to fight that, but we'll see where that goes. It's like a win and a loss, It's like a situation there. The big thing here is Lemuria. And go into that a little bit. So that's why I'll go into that, and then Albert Einstein. I'm not sure if he's that significant to all this, but we'll see. Yeah, that one kind of came out of nowhere. My background is kind of bland. It looks like I'm in a hospital, but or in a sandstorm for that matter. I guess it all kind of fits, right? I'm not ready. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go into a couple of details here. I'm just getting myself looking at a couple of things. So I haven't told you my private sessions. We have shop here. I'm still in August. Right around the end of it, like 29th, around that same situation here. Webinar sign up. Social network, and behind the scenes. Lemuria. I believe, magician energies are quite prominent here, actually. Some of it might go into the money. Of course, maybe the cats are starting to pick up again. They've been kind of out of it. Of course, now they're starting to move around. Figures. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm getting. They're here in secret. They're not always. Meaning there's a darker part of Lemuria. Like, can you say mixed in with Atlantean, or just Lemurians got corrupted like anybody else would get corrupted? I mean, might as well everyone else is getting. So it's like a version of magic that's going on here. A lot of people here are not aware how connected they are to the Lemurians. Maybe they're keeping us, maybe for the best, to keep us with amnesia and not ever knowing it. They can't remember, so we can't remember. It's like they put off the vibe to keep us, forgetting. What's that's the energy I'm getting from that? Yes, it's a different type of connection here. We'll just see where this goes. So I guess Lemuria was just recently tapped into. So like in the beginning of the 1900s, I think someone that was connected to Aleister Crowley, which also I feel Aleister Crowley is connected to Lemuria also. Of course, he's connected to everything. Bugs, mice, whatever the hell he's getting himself into. which is strange that Petra comes to mind of Lemurian magic. So take that, take it for whatever it is. I'm also getting the energy of the sun, the occult sun. I'm picking up on that vibe recently. Not to say the sun is bad, but the sun is being manipulated, just like the moon. The moon's controlling our reality. The sun isn't horrible, but it's not. We're not getting what we fully can from it. You can say there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff going on there, just to keep us in amnesia. But Lemurian energies are also connected to Native Americans, and it's once again part of our amnesia, like spells that maybe they are not aware on a conscious level. Remember, I'm just putting this out there. You can take it for wherever you want. You can throw it back at me. You can just say, I don't know what I'm talking about. That's fine. I believe there's a part of Lemuria that's not aware of. It's part of our world amnesia, our 3% consciousness. We only know like 3% of ourselves, which is nothing. If you know like 10% or like our brain, we don't use that much of it. We use 10% or 50% would be a different place right now. But I believe the Lemurian magicians played a big role. Like, no, not to say that they're bad or some of them probably are, definitely. But some are part of keeping us forgetting because we don't know what the hell we're doing. We kind of lost our minds. I guess it all depends on how you look at it. For our own good, we don't remember things, so things have been hidden, such as the Tatarians. You can take that for wherever you want. Some of the Lemurian energies are part of keeping them hidden. And Lemuria was just recently, 100 years ago, picked up on, which is also, I feel there's other civilizations that have not been mentioned. Not necessarily similar to Lemuria, but lost civilizations. I think a couple of them. I don't know what they are or anything, but I believe they were during the time of Atlantis or even before Atlantis, actually. But not seen as that significant or for various different reasons. Of course, there was some before Atlantis, definitely. And of course, Lemuria was before Atlantis, but there's also a couple other civilizations where too. So yeah, this Lemurian stuff just came in. So it's just, of course, Atlantis is connected to Agartha. Of course, Lemuria also. A lot of Atlanteans went to Agartha, or they are the Agarthians, however you want to look at it. And of course, it's all magic keeping us. So it's like if you pass, like you go through something, a test, and you pass the test, you get kind of an upgrade or awareness. I'm guessing technically is what I'm going through right now. So I wasn't picking up on, I don't know, just Lemuria. Another thing about Lemuria. So I was looking at a video, just somebody I don't want to look at. It's like, whatever. But mention Lemuria. I was like, okay, I got that down. And then I check out Dark Journalist. He talked about Lemuria is okay. This is okay. Something's there. To happen twice like that. I wasn't looking for it. It doesn't say Lemuria in the title and any of this stuff. I just sort of find it. So I just started tapping more into it. And it started kind of flooding in a little bit, not fully. But like I said, I believe they're part of our amnesia here. Atlantis too, but it feels like Lemurians are playing a bigger role in it. But there are some Lemurians that maybe are doing things that you probably shouldn't be doing, but part of the black magic that's connected to, I would say, the Middle East, causing some difficulties there. Well, and everything got hijacked, this whole, But also the Lemurians are part of the feminine, to keep the feminine alive the best they can. Of course, Atlantean is more feminine. It's feminine in masculine, but it's still, it's just. Well, it feels like a lot of the Lemurians went and hid somewhere for various different reasons. Uh, they went to different places, but one of them I feel was the Middle East. And you're gonna find this a little strange hearing this, but it's like, because females, being a female in the Middle East is like you're being covered up, you're being abused, you're getting all sorts of stuff. It feels like that's where a lot of the Lemurians are, the female Lemurians. Now, did they want that to happen? That's I don't know. I don't think so, but some of them might have been. I guess there was a feminine energy here at one time that was just horrible. When things got dark, the feminine just went nuts, like more psychotic than the male would ever be. And you can say the Middle East is where they got shut down. You can say it's part of their culture, but they're just like they're. I know it sounds strange, not really, but this is not your typical. But yeah, I'm just putting this out there. Take it for whatever you want, but there is like lost, because Lemurians and Atlanteans pretty much integrated together. But yeah, a lot of the Middle East is basically our modern history. So if there's a lot of Lemurian energies there in the Middle East, isn't that all that surprising? No. Definitely Babylon and so forth. So you need to start somewhere, at least for modern history, at least the version that we're told. I mean, we could have all came from the ocean, as far as we know. Born from the ocean and just go to a whale and call it mom or whatever, or a bunch of mantis. Maybe the mantis are our parents. Sorry. Just a bunch of bug people. We don't even know it. No. But we don't really know, but well, I guess some people know, but either way. But yeah, a lot of the female or male, female, a lot of it is in Lemuria. Well, to add to that, so a lot of the Atlantean influence was more of the male in the Middle East, and the female is more Lemurian. And so the male Atlantean became more, vicious, of course. To shut down the female. So I guess I'd take that however you want. There was so the sirens of Greek mythology are connected to Lemurians also. So and of course, you have Medusa, that's Atlantean technology or some kind of messed up creation from theirs and so forth. So, let's see. The Druids also have Lemurian connections also. So, yeah. So, okay. I think that's all I got for right now. I think that's enough. There's a lot more, but I think the biggest thing is that the amnesia part is like, so for example, somebody just jumped up here. I don't know if you can see her. There she is. So if you have a human here as a Lemurian, female or male, but they don't remember physically, like on a third dimensional level, conscious level, they have no idea. But they are, here to keep us, in a line, sort of, or keep us from remembering, unless we pass the test, and then we start getting, awareness here and there, something like that. But on the physical level, they have no idea that they're doing it. So, yeah, it's kind of like a Greek mythology, It's kind of, you go through these tests and then you get kind of like an upgrade, you can say, to a certain degree. You battle the monster and then you get knowledge, something like that. Without going into details on that. So, anyway, yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff happening here. Just without going into details. Things. I mean, there's magic within our own lives that we might not be fully aware of. Like strange family relations that make no sense. How do you know there's not magic involved with that? Like maybe someone's mind and the family got taken over and just made everyone else's life a living hell, for example. But how would you know that? Because it's not part of our culture. Well, it depends on where you are. If you're a part of a superstitious culture, yeah, you're aware. But if you're not part, you're not used to that. Yeah. So as we go into this new age of people are skeptical about all this stuff, but we are a soul, we are energy, anything is possible. But we're not always supposed to see everything that's around us. But we'll see. I don't know. Okay, so fifth dimension energy, I'm not sure if I really need to tap into that. It's kind of like a fifth dimensional conversation, you can say. Let's look at it from that point of view. I just felt like putting fifth dimension in the title. Doesn't mean I need to channel it. Well, technically I am. Albert Einstein, I can go into that a little bit. I think the more the Lemurian frequencies, the more important. Maybe, I guess I can channel 911, the number. I'm not sure if I want to do that. It's like an Alistair Crawley number or something like that. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of black magician connections to that. Also artificial intelligence, psyop. Oh, what a surprise! Which also goes to our agencies that are running every. Can you imagine? You're seeing like this. Let's just say, in general, a spy agency, and you're like putting this stuff together. It's like what the fuck? It's like talk about Dr. Evil. And they had plans for the 9/11 thing. That I can connect with. They had several levels of that they're going to go. That was just level one. They're going to go even further, but then they got stopped from what I'm feeling on that. So people are predicting that it was going to get worse. I don't think they were wrong. It just got stopped. Well, some people might have been completely off, but I feel like they were planning on several other situations, which have been really messed up to really put us in a control situation. Of course, they're kind of doing that now to a certain extent. So, but this Lemurian stuff is pretty, like Petra. I'm not getting what that's about, but I do rehabilitation, a lot of energy work there. They're not going into details, but it was very advanced for its time, was from what I feel. Of course, a lot of the architecture was very advanced too. There's Tatarians, there's Atlanteans that were here. Of course, the Atlanteans are the Tatarians, you can say. So, anyway, of course, because of the architecture of the past. Okay, 9/11. I guess I could tap into that for a little bit. We'll see. I'll do Albert Einstein. If 9/11 feels okay, I'll go into that just real quick. So, all right, blessings. Greetings to you. I am the Albert Einstein consciousness. It is just basically a reminder what you're capable of yourselves. Yes, to have a certain subject matter where you are just an expert of. I was not one the expert of all things, but there are certain subject matters such as physics that I just felt that I was born to do. Basically, shift the frequency levels, basically it's like I was tapping into a wormhole that you don't see on a physical level, a wormhole of knowledge, A Akashic record, but I would call it more of a wormhole frequency because it was anomalies I was tapping into to just shift the energies of the earth, to change timelines, to upgrade it maybe too fast and what it was ready for, but go to a significant level where the earth can handle it. So just here for a short time, whereas my lifetime was somewhat long, but still actually was very unfulfilling because of my personal life. Cannot really connect. Ways to what you would call love on your world. It just wasn't, I just couldn't open myself up to it to full extent that it could have been. So all the knowledge in the world, of course I couldn't access all of it, but the knowledge I was tapping into was very unusual for your planet, but significant and necessary because your world was getting an upgrade. Yes, you might not always agree on it. Yes, Tesla's frequency level played a big role, but his love him what he was doing was ahead of his time. Of course, not anymore, but was at his time. But for my energy level, yeah, I feel like I was actually very old fashioned compared to Tesla. Very much an old man, even if I was in my 20s or 30s. Just old fashioned, but that was the point. What was necessary for your reality to jumpstart it. But in certain ways, basically it's like a certain tool was needed to shift your frequency. So you invent a tool and you can just upgrade your world just so slightly where new energies can come in. Greetings to you. We are the Lemurian consciousness. Yes, there's many aspects to our reality. We are, yes, we are protectors of the ocean. So the ocean energies, yes, is knowledge from the higher realms. So you can see, as Lemurians, is basically spirit beings. Yes, we did eventually go into the physical, but it wasn't always the case. Because there's, yes, different civilizations here, but basically it was the chemistry of creating a physical realm was in the works, and of course is now. So this physical realm had needed certain pieces to it for it to work. Atlantis is one. Orion is one also. Some beings were welcomed here and then asked to leave, but it was too late. They're already here. Those are the Orions. Well, they have created physical realms in their past. So having that significant energy was necessary. Where the pyramids are brought in, just basically for the physical realm to have a existence or a spark, and transform Earth's frequency levels. But of course, the pyramids, of course, for us as Lemurians, we're not always. Some were for the pyramids, many were against it. And of course, the pyramids play a big role what the moon is doing here, changing your frequency. So the moon added to your Earth's not downfall, but amnesia. So a Lemurian and Atlantean, but a Lemurian is very good at connecting to the moon's frequencies and make things open, make things close. Certain ones are here to do so. And you're going into an awareness of kind of who you are, but maybe not to the full extent. But it's basically where you can shift Earth's frequency, where it can no longer have this amnesia plague. Basically, you're having more remembrance to yourselves instead of forgetfulness. Yes, with the Akashic record activates within your chakras. You remember more about yourself. You might see yourself turn into a feline being, a leopard being, canine being, wherever it might be. You might feel yourself shift, but not always recognizing how. Well, because there's so much shut down from reality, it's hard to see yourselves actually shape shift. Because some of you do. When you receive information, you actually are shifting the way you look. You might look the normal in this reality, but other realities look very different. Some of you are changing, shifting, what you look like on a daily basis. Usually it can go 3 or 4 times a day, of course, more than that. Some just want to flicker through different aspects of themselves. Of course, that's in the higher realms. But your physical realm has a lot to do with just the alien species that are here. Yes, they brought their problems here. The more they brought their problems here, the Earth was exploring it, and then became even more dense. So yes, the Earth, in the beginning, or one of the beginnings, was very higher dimensional already, more of a fourth dimension. Some might disagree, but that's up to them. Well, some remember it as more third dimension, but in truth, it really was. It was different aspects of it. Let's put it that way. Lemurian magician energies, yes, within the Middle East. Of course, we can't go into details of it now, but basically you are, healing the sadness of your old Earth. Well, there's many wars. He said the Middle East continues those wars. Well, there's a lot of lies that were done by other alien beings. And the Middle East took a beating of it because human life was being developed. Much in the Middle East, Africa, those are parts of it. And some alien beings want nothing to do with it. So that's another part of why the amnesia occurred here. So for significant reasons. Well, they knew we were bringing in more of a physical realm for experimental purposes. Never realized it would go to this extent to where it is today. No. Some beings solve, but most are not. Well, basically, it's about bettering humanity, wherever that will take, of course.